What's something that's completely legal but still manages to make almost everyone uneasy whenever they see it happen? My name is Maya Thompson, and the thing that's perfectly legal but makes the whole block wince is an eviction. I'd seen notices nailed to doors and read about foreclosures, but nothing prepared me for the quiet violence of watching a family's life boxed and carried onto the curb. It happened 2 winters ago. The apartment belonged to Mrs. Alvarez, an 80-year-old who had lived in our building longer than any of us. She baked empanadas, kept the hallway plants alive, and taught kids to crochet. Her son, Luis, fell behind on rent sharing after the pandemic crushed sales. Landlord Richard, slick and polite, had a legal paper trail and a lawyer's calm. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't have to. Sheriff's deputies arrived with a moving van at 9. They showed the eviction order, stamped, signed, lawful. Neighbors clustered at windows with coffee mugs sweating in their hands. It was legal, but watching officers check boxes on a clipboard while a woman in slippers watched her furniture disappear felt like witnessing a moral line being crossed. People lowered their voices, not because the law demanded it but because shame did. We all know the argument: contracts, property rights, due process. Those phrases look tidy on paper. SEO keywords like tenant rights, housing law, and foreclosure flowed through news feeds. But legality and humanity don't always align. As Mrs. Alvarez sat on a folding chair holding photo albums, Richard directed movers to load her late husband's chair. A deputy offered to help. She refused, dignity tighter than gratitude. I'll never forget the sound of chairs scraping and the silence that followed, a collective intake of breath. Someone started a GoFundMe, and Ann posted an appeal. Our building's WhatsApp erupted with anger and resources, and still the movers kept going. That night, the lobby smelled like dust and fried onions, and we held a candle vigil for the idea that law should equal justice. What makes it unsettling isn't just the eviction but how ordinary it looks: a clipboard, a key, a polite nod. Suits and stamps can make sorrow feel administrative. We watched, helpless, as legal machinery did its tidy work and left personal stories scattered like packing peanuts. Afterward, the landlord sent a letter saying he had followed all required steps and offered sympathy. Mrs. Alvarez moved into a cramped relative's apartment. She still bakes, but the hallway plants miss her. For me, every time I see a notice or moving truck, my stomach tightens. It's legal. It's clean. And it still feels wrong. Sometimes legality is the accepted face of harm. When law and compassion diverge, communities must pick up the pieces. We can fight in courtrooms, push for tenant protections, or simply show up with boxes and casseroles. But the unease remains. Legality doesn't always equal right, and watching it unfold is something no one should get used to. And each time it happens, I learn the difference between lawful and humane. Full story added in below.